What is up, my friends, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to do something that I haven't done before. We're going to be casting a viewer replay. Now, why am I going to cast this viewer replay? Because this has been one of the most controversial games in my Discord's history, I think. Yesterday, Dyna Banana, the Zerg homie from my Discord, posted this replay. Now, actually, didn't post the replay, just posted about the strategies that happen in this game. And they talked about this game for so freaking long. In my mind, they talked about it so long, I was like, surely it was like 5 or 6 hours. I went back to check the logs. They started talking about this game at 11 a.m. and they finished at midnight, okay? I'm sure they took a couple breaks, but they talked about this freaking game for 13 hours, so I really had to check it out. At some point in the evening, right before I went to bed, one of my other viewers checked the replay and I could see him literally progressively lose it. Like, at some point, he was actually tweaking. He completely lost it at every stage of his replay, so we're gonna check it out. Gonna viciously criticize the players. You guys know me, I always say I'm going to be vicious, but then I'm never actually that vicious in the end. Now, Pulpa apparently here is a bit of a menace in Platinum League, okay? Apparently he's more known, and you guys can probably see why already. So first of all, he doesn't wall off his base, okay, against the Zerg, which is just insane. And then he goes for triple command center before barracks on location. Now, this build in particular, this replay is going to have a lot more to offer. I'm 100% sure about it, but this, oh my god, triple command center first into double gas. Yeah, let's dissect this build order really quick. Just so you guys know, this build order economically is not even that good. Like, this build actually makes no sense to do, because if you play triple CC before barracks, you can't make orbitals, so your economy is probably worse than if you did like the most standard safe build ever, because you do get to make 2 orbitals and you don't need to mine so much gas just to make planetaries, which is obviously what he's about to do. Now, if you look at the game real quick, Dyna Banana here, only scouting the command center now, doesn't even know about the planetary yet. I'm not sure if they realize this is a CC first, by the way, but if your overload arrives and it's finished, it's a CC first. They're going for a Roach all-in / pressure. I mean, it's only 16 workers, so it is pretty all-in, to be honest. You would think that this game should end, because triple command center first on location against the Roach all-in is not going to be good. But then this guy has perfected his build that this planetary is actually going to finish in time, and then he's going to have 3 command centers and 10 more workers. Now, the viewer that was losing it was a Terran player, because obviously as a Terran player, if you're watching this, you're like, please don't let him get away with this. Please don't make me play this build, okay? This is so dumb. Please punish him. Well, he's going to be trying his best. Barracks isn't finished yet, by the way. 3 minute 15, 3 minute 20 is roughly when it's going to finish. There are 5 roaches, I believe. 4 roaches on the way, or is that? Yeah, it's 5, because there's 1 Ravager egg out here. 21 drones back at home. I think Dyna Banana has not realized that there is a 3rd CC as well on location. Now, this is actually not a planetary yet, because that much gas you can't have, so a couple workers could have died. Zerglings are going to get absolutely blasted in the main, and this is when it's going to get very interesting, because the roaches are here, and now what do, right? Planetary would obviously kill all of the roaches. This planetary would as well, because they're the same. This one would as well when it finished. So the Zerg player goes ahead and morphs some Ravagers. Now, this is pretty much the best thing that you can do, morphing Ravagers. And just before you guys go ham on Dyna Banana here, okay? Because you guys even judge me when I play. Like, I make one mistake and you're like, how dare you? I've seen your guys' comments, okay? So don't be too harsh on Dyna here. Obviously, if you have map hacks like we do right now, I'm not sure what that bio was, but if you have map hacks like we do right now, it seems, you know, pretty clear what you can do to win. But if you're watching this from the Zerg perspective, it can actually be a little complicated. So, one thing that I can tell you for sure here, okay, is that the Lynx probably should have done more damage. I mean, I don't even know if I can blame someone for not scouting this base, because it's like, who the hell does this? Okay, maybe if you're... Okay, let's make a deal, guys. If you are Diamond or below, from now on, you guys are going to scout for every hidden base with your Zergling, okay? Now, this is I don't know why we're doing this. This is probably the last thing you want to do, to be honest. Let me give you guys, just in case you run into Pulpa. Sorry, Pulpa, you're going to have to switch up your build after this one. If you run into Pulpa, the easiest way to win this game is just to click the Ravagers in the main base, okay? Because you guys probably thought, I'm sure most of you figured, you can just keep biling this base non-stop with these Ravagers. That would have been much better than following a freaking barracks, okay? Dinah, do not follow the freaking barracks, please. But then, I mean, the repairs would still be able to get it done, I believe. Yeah, there's no building armor. He actually got... He got high-sec auto-tracking. Okay, well, I'm trying to dissect this build based on how this guy plays. Honestly, I get that he goes for building armor. I can't believe he gets high-sec auto-tracking before building armor, though. That's actually kind of crazy. I mean, he also got it before a unit, but before building armor is a little crazier. But yeah, what I was going to say... You can buy all the planetary non-stop, and it's good you force repairs, but you can just walk into the main base and buy list production buildings, and he can never build anything. Like, he literally wouldn't be able to make a unit. I think this starport wouldn't even have... Maybe not even the factory. I'm pretty sure the factory was building when the Ravagers arrived. Now, the biggest mistake here, obviously, is just not using these units at all. Following the barracks is... I mean, actually, you could have biled the barracks as well. That probably would have done something at least, but yeah. So now we're here. Pulpa has gotten away with the most illegal build in human history. Command center, gas, barracks, all command centers on location. I think 50 SCVs and high-sec auto-tracking before having a single unit. Okay. And now he's 55 workers against 48. And I'm going to tell you guys something. This build that he's doing is so bad... that I think he's still behind in this game, okay? Actually, pretty massively, to be honest, because, like, he has one factory, guys. And one starport is about to finish. He's making a fusion. That's the most predictable thing ever. Tell me, I think every single one of you, okay, predicted this guy to go battlecruiser. If you open like that, you're just a battlecruiser kind of guy. There's literally nothing surprising about this. So, okay. Step 2. You didn't kill the guy. What do? You make 90 drones, right? That's pretty much just how you play this. And I think this barracks is actually successfully deflected this queen from injecting, which is pretty painful, to be honest, because you want all the drones. Now, what are we going to do next? Look at this. We have one factory. We have one starport, double armory, and for some ungodly reason, we are getting a second fusion core as well. Liberator range and Yamato, maybe? I mean, there's absolutely no purpose for that, to be honest. This guy's also banking 2k, 1k. By the way, I just want to say, I know this build is absolutely terrible. In fact, it's the worst build I've ever seen, I think. I can totally see why this guy's an absolute menace at this MMR, because, I mean, first of all, people panic, right? Like, this is, I mean, you see planetaries, it's very annoying to play against. People hate playing against Turtle Terran. And this guy is just doing his freaking thing, man. He doesn't give a fork about what the enemy is doing. He doesn't care if he's going mutas. Okay, the thing is, guys, you can kill this guy with literally anything you do, as long as you commit to it, okay? This guy would have died to making more Ravagers. He would have died to making Mutalisks. He would have died to making Corruptors. He would have died to making Swarm Host. He would have not died to this Ravager thing, whatever. That's very expensive, actually. Oh no, he's almost ahead. Oh no, he's ahead in units lost now playing this build. Oh god, it hurts my soul a little bit. Okay, so Dinah over here is on 6 bases. We have 80 workers. Spire is going down. That is good. By the way, I don't know much about these players. All I know is that Pulpa is apparently a Platinum League menace, what I mentioned before. And I think Dinah Banana here / Dynamite is actually a pretty new player. And I think they're improving quite fast, to be honest. I know a lot of you critics will probably question my statement watching this game, but I think they're improving quite fast from what I can tell. And even this game, it has some promising things so far. Like they... Okay, the Ravager stuff was pretty awful. Everything with the Ravagers was terrible, but, you know, the fact that we transitioned to making drones, and now we're getting Spire, and then he's also realizing to make Spore Crawlers, because it's very... Actually, they scouted the BCs, I think, right? Yeah, they scouted the double fusion core, in fact. If you want any more confirmation of that, it's going to be battlecruisers. I don't think you can get more than this crap, okay? Definitely not. Okay, so what is the play now? Hey, actually, they made exactly 90 workers there for a second. That is great. There's many ways to counter mech. The problem is for a lot of lower league players is that the counter is usually making spellcasters, which it's not even a lower league thing, by the way. I noticed that every Zerg that's legit not like 5.5k MMR and above, which is like mid Grandmaster, they just don't like building spellcasters. And that probably means that they're just difficult to use, right? Because otherwise they would use them. But if you play against someone making BCs, honestly, spellcasters counter them so hard. In particular, the Infestor I'm talking about, because one Neural and the Battlecruiser is dead. Actually, now we have a little bit of chill time here, because this guy is very, very slowly setting up his 4th base right now. I'm going to give you guys the Mark play. This, I think I actually used in my 1v4 against Silvers at some point. Is in my main base, I made a Spore Fest, okay? So I had like 8 or 12 spores or whatever it was. It's been a long time. I don't remember how many exactly. You can knurl a BC and then teleport it on top of the spores. Okay, they can't teleport out anymore because you've used it and then the BCs die. In general, Neural is the ultimate counter to BCs, so what you want to do is... I don't think we have Burrow over here. We're getting all the upgrades now. We are getting Neural, by the way, that's great. But we don't have Burrow. What you want to do is you just kind of have some vision around the map, okay? You burrow Infestors. You can Neural well burrowed, by the way, just so you guys know. You don't have to unburrow for that. So you're invisible too. You burrow some Infestors. Let's say BCs sneak around the map like this, which is a very common tactic. You neural as many BCs as you can. If you have 5 Infestors, you neural 5. You teleport them over here. Assuming you have a couple of Corruptors and Spores, you kill all the BCs for free. Minus 30 supply. Boom. And that's why you don't see mass BC in pro level play, because they just die to Infestors. Corruptors are also extremely good. Now, I do want to, once again, give respect to Dino Banana for how they're playing, because they haven't built any units, 100 drones. This is honestly the right approach. I mean, once again, like the early game was absolutely god-awful, but the approach, the right approach is being built now. Now, okay, we're going a little bit too ham. Triple Nidus is probably not what you want to do here, to be honest, because... I mean, they don't have ground units. Nidus is the counter to, like, Bio into Ghost, right? You get Lurkers in their base, Ghosts have to walk up the ramp, and then they die, okay? Basically, that's how it goes. Nidusing against Sky Terran Mech, I mean, it's actually not the worst thing ever. I mean, this guy actually, I mean, you can tell that he is used to playing like this crap. Like, he doesn't even move it. You usually can't Nidus his main base. Look at this. Tank covers this. Tank covers this. 2 tanks and his entire main base is Nidus proof. It's also building a lot of turrets. Once again, just a little bit of a refresher, guys, because Turtle Terran, in my opinion, it can be fun. I feel like it's fun the way I play it, because I make a lot of PS, but I still play like a psycho. I mean, it's probably not that fun for the opponents, to be fair. But playing against really pure Turtle Terran is what I can tell from comments of the community, one of the bottom 5 experiences in StarCraft 2. This guy specifically, you really probably would have killed him with everything as long as you just committed, because playing like this, when you have, you know, your defense is scattered all over the place, like this tank, sure, it's great, and this one, there's 2 tanks over here. What does that mean? That means he only had 2 tanks over here all this time, okay? Like a big all-in on this probably would have killed him. Honestly, I would go for Swarm Host, because that is both effective and you would be able to torture him back, okay? It's about style points, but it's also a little bit of principle in there, you know? You can't let this guy get away with this crap, okay? So what do you do next time? You make 40 freaking Swarm Hosts. Actually, okay, this is cool. You put a Nidus over here, okay? Let's go for a Nidus. You put a Nidus here. You surround it with like 10 spores, okay? So you don't die to Banshees. And then you just... throw a million locusts to his bases for the rest of the game, okay? You gotta get him back. You don't wanna... Okay, I'll take some bases. Now, if they play this ridiculous, you wanna get them freaking back. Now, I've been complimenting Dyna on the 100 drones and the upgrades and the macro and stuff. These Ravagers, I'm not feeling it, okay? This is... Okay. This guy doesn't look at his units. Oh, that's so many Ravagers going down. Pro tip, guys. Actually, I'm going to give you guys a super high tier pro tip right now, okay? Hotkeys, global, unit management. Choose ability or AI target. What you can do with this is you can put, for example, the corrosive bile hotkey in there, and then you can rapid fire corrosive biles. All you have to do when you have that is you just hold C. Is C bile? Probably. Whatever the hotkey for bile is. And you just put your mouse here, all your Ravagers bile at the same time. That Battlecruiser dies instantly, you save 7 Ravagers. If you need more hotkeys, like what you saw I just had, you just go into the notepad file. You can probably just type in hotkeys in your search bar, get into the notepad file, and just put more hotkeys in there, okay? Ravagers are... 1,000,000 times better if they're on rapid fire. Like here you can see Dyna's clearly clicking for every bile. You don't want to be doing that. It takes too much time. It's also the same for warp-ins, by the way. You guys ever wondered why pro players warp in so fast? They just have it on rapid fire. They hold Z for Zealot and they have 20 Zealots, okay? They don't bile. Like, look at this. This is what biling is. It looks so bad. Oh, that's what biling one by one looks like. I'm not necessarily a fan of the rapid fire mechanic, by the way, but you just kind of have to use it. Now, this fight is... Oh god, it's not gonna die, is it? Please kill it at least. Okay, thank goodness we got a BC. Okay, guys, we have to do this real quick. Okay, I need to see the units lost of this. It's just gonna be too disgusting. 3k against 3k. Okay, we have maybe like 12 Ravagers. Oh god, it's already 1k ahead. I think he kills 2 BCs for all these Corruptors, right? Is that correct? He's gonna kill 1 more. There are a couple SCVs probably that. This fight, but it's like... You're lucky he didn't use anti-armor missile, but this fight was into turret repair after the BCs died. Yeah, we're gonna end up losing. Oh no, we're still rallying in. Stop it. He's not even using Yamato by the... Did he not use it? This guy is actually... Okay, this guy is... I can understand why my viewer was freaking losing it, to be honest. Yeah, so that fight was... you almost lost 4,000 resources for free, basically. That is 40 Zealots or 160 Zerglings. It's a lot of resources. This guy... didn't use anti-armor missile, which hurts my soul, but I can kind of forgive him for that because it's one of the more complicated things. It's not something people usually think about, okay? Anti-armor missile with BCs is absolutely delicious because BCs fire really fast, so every single missile does more damage. Really, really good. But then he didn't even use the freaking Yamato, which is... I'm not kidding when I say that's the entire point of the battlecruiser. Battlecruisers suck. The reason why they don't suck is because they have Yamato and they have teleport. So what you do is you Yamato stuff and you teleport away. Or in this case, you Yamato stuff and you fly back. He is making BCs without using any reason why BCs can be good. That actually hurts the soul a little bit. Okay. Hopefully at this point we're done making Ravagers. Okay, looks like we're doing Mass Corruptor. This is quite nice. You're going to be able to see it here, actually. I know that sounds crazy. He's attacking into 5 turrets with range, okay? And Mass Viking and the Ravens and you see the Corruptors are still doing good, okay? This is what I meant. You just want to commit to one thing. Look how good this was for how bad it looked, okay? 5 turrets shooting these throughout the entire fight, and he still kills every single air unit, okay? This is why Corruptors are good against BCs, and this is why you need to use... Please use Yamato. If you make... I beg you. If you make battlecruisers, please use Yamato. If you're very tryhard, what you can also do... because the normal way to use teleport is you sneak the BCs around the map. Once again, you kill the base, units show up, you teleport out. If you're very tryhard, what you can do is you can also teleport micro the BCs out. I am going to give you guys a very big warning when you use BCs, because this happens to me too. I know every single one of you that has used BCs that uses standard hotkeys has had this happen to them. It happens to me too, don't worry about it. The teleport and the Yamato hotkey are next to each other. So what does happen sometimes, you try to Yamato, you teleport all your BCs in the opponent's army. So you might want to give that a little practice or change the hotkeys before you get absolutely obliterated by that, okay? Now, I'm going to go back to complimenting Dyna a little bit here. They're getting all the upgrades, which usually is a good sign for a Zerg that they're not too stuck in one way of playing. I think the Ravagers really did the most damage to Dyna this game, to be honest. The Ravagers really just lost you 1,000,000 resources for nothing. The biggest problem is that we're still not using the Spellcasters, okay? Infestors counter every single big unit, okay? Infestors counter Thors, Infestors counter Battlecruisers, okay? Then this army, if they play Sky Terran without BCs, is absolutely destroyed by both Infestors, but even more by Vipers, okay? And I know those units are hard to use, but you kind of want to start practicing. You don't have to go like freaking Serral mode and play like the GOAT and have like 8 hotkeys and pull your units back and this and that. Yeah, that's actually what Serral looks like when he plays, by the way. You just click one Viper and parasitic bomb this army. Just one and parasitic bomb it and lose the Viper, whatever, it's fine. Okay? Now, we're gonna go across with 1,000,000 Vikings. This looks like we're in a Penguin Brothers episode all of a sudden. This guy has 28 Vikings against 12 Corruptors. That is gonna be pretty painful. Now, this move, by the way, is actually fantastic. Ultralisks are really good against Turtle Terran. because planetaries can't counter Ultralisk, okay? You can't repair the planetaries, they just die. This is maybe a little bit sketch because there's only a couple left and there's also a couple tanks out here, so this might barely not die. It's gonna be very close. Well, I mean, at that point you might as well have tried, to be honest. Now the Vikings here are gonna land, and we're gonna go for Hydralisks in response. Burrow is now being researched, which I can't believe. How did you just make... Out of all the times to make Burrow, you made it in the middle of this Penguin Brothers attack? I mean, it's kind of impressive that you thought of it, to be honest, but it's also kind of surprising. Now, the rallies are messed up here. Oh, there's like 10 Hydras I saw die already. It's very, very painful. Pro tip, do not be afraid to use F2 in certain scenarios, okay? F2 being the all-army hotkey. Here, I would just use F2 and just make sure that your units actually attack. You can literally F2... I mean, you don't have units anywhere else, right? There's no units waiting over here. Queens don't count for F2. At this point, you might as well just consistently F2 and A move just so your units don't rally, because otherwise, what you have to do is rally these two hatcheries over here and this hatchery over here, and then, you know, it gets a little bit tricky, right? The same with the Ultralisk, by the way. Those Hydras are still dying to these freaking Penguin Brothers right now. I don't know how many we've lost already. At this point, the resources lost is plus 14k, which is absolutely disgusting. Zerg is a little bit less efficient than Terran, by the way. I think usually Zerg wants to have resources lost maybe like plus 30% compared to the Terran, not almost double. Okay, this is a very this is plus 70% roughly. That's very painful. Now Thors are coming in as well. I mean, honestly, I didn't mind the Hydra. Like, this is really just the biggest problem. I didn't mind the Hydras at all. Hydra's actually a very reasonable choice. No, you're fighting the wrong thing. Oh, no. Wait, that's this guy. This guy. Oh, my God, this guy. He has not a single attack upgrade on these Thors. I felt like they were being a little bit too weak, but I didn't know why. He made 3-3. I'm telling you guys, this guy only plays like this every game. You can just tell. If you play against this guy, you can send me a replay. I already know he's going to play like this. Not a single attack upgrade. Okay. Let's break that whole thing down a little bit, okay? Hydra's a very reasonable choice against the Mass Vikings. Realistically, you could have countered this attack just by making some more spores, to be honest. Against Sky Terran, you want to make spores anyway, because otherwise maybe you can lose a battle and then they can fly in and kill you with one fell swoop, right? You don't want that. So a couple more spores. Hydras were fine. Just F2A move your units in the reinforcements, especially at this level, to be honest, you know. This guy, look at this. If this guy F2A moved, he might have killed you already, because he had 7 BCs just AFK over here. Now, this guy has very little workers at this point. I feel like here we're kind of reaching the point of desperation a little bit, sadly. This game still looks really good for the Zerg, because this Terran player has no real mining, he has no real map control. We have 1 million minerals as well that he can't spend because he doesn't have upgrades for his Hellions, no Blue Flame, no factories even, I guess, right? Yeah, 1 factory, no Blue Flame, no reactors, so he can't spend these minerals. You can spend your minerals on Mass Zerglings. Mass Zerglings would have killed this base already, right? Adrenal Glands, 3-2 upgrades. You probably would have killed this base even, and then you would have been in a fantastic spot. At this point, Spore Crawlers, right? Fantastic investment, okay? Fantastic investment. Spore Crawlers, super, super good. Zerglings, and then you can very slowly get up your gas unit count. Once again, a couple of investors, man, it really just wins this game. Like, look, you can make 2 investors now. You realize, if you neural a BC, think about this for a second. You neural a battlecruiser, if you fight with it, that is a 12 supply shift. Because they lose 6 supply and you gain 6 supply. By that logic, it is temporary, admittedly. By that logic, 5 investors would swing this battle by 60 supply. It's incredible. You can neural 5 BCs, kill 2 BCs with Yamatos instantly, and then you can use the teleport on the BCs so they can't... I mean, this guy doesn't use it anyway, to be fair. You can use the teleport on the BCs, once again, get them on top of the Spore Fest. Here, this game looks absolutely awesome for the Zerg. We just need the investors, really. Like, the Corruptors, once again, they're good, but we have lost our bank. So now if we take 1 bad fight for the Corruptors, we can't actually really rebuild them. Still, Zerglings and Spores would have been absolutely epic here. Trust me, guys. I know Zerglings against planetaries are not always fantastic. If you're in a low eco situation, you just want to spend your minerals. Zerglings would kill this base. I mean, you have a Bailing Nest. I remember seeing it, right? Let's see. Yeah, you have a Bailing Nest. Even Bailing Speed? No Bailing Speed. Don't need it. Even, like, morphing 5 Bailings over here just to kill the SCVs. Do move in your Zerglings before so the Banelings don't take the damage, right? Would have been pretty good. Now we're gonna go in here with a big fight. And see, okay. Oh, I love the right picking there. Hey, that's really, really good. Okay, no, he's using Yamato. He learned how to use Yamato. That's, oh no, the shift clicking stopped. Oh, that's painful. We could have killed 2 more BCs here. Guys, I am gonna pause this replay right here. Because I am extremely scared. Because of the entire context of the Discord chat, this Zerg player is losing this game. And I'm not gonna open the clock because I don't want to know when this game ends. Just looking at this, I am extremely afraid that this Zerg player is gonna leave the game. Because, I mean, it looks bad from his POV. From our POV, this still looks good. And I know some of you Zergs are gonna be like, how about battle cruisers? No, this looks good for the Zerg, guys. Trust me, okay? This guy has he doesn't even saturate his bases, man. He has 9 workers on minerals over here. He has 17 workers on minerals, guys. This guy has absolutely no income. He doesn't have orbitals. I can't believe he has 2 planetaries per base, man. This is so crazy. This guy's an actual Platinum League menace, and he will be that forever, by the way. I feel like in 5 years, you guys are going to run into Pulpa, and he's going to be a Platinum League menace. Now, this is a very classic mistake. I know this mistake from building battlecruisers myself. Making Hydras against BCs is a bad idea. Now, we have 2-2 upgrades, so that is okay. Actually, oh no. Guys, we don't have the other Hydra upgrades. We're missing range and speed on these Hydras. And lunge. Or is this lunge? Maybe it is. I don't know what the icon for that is. Or dash, whatever it's called. Oh, no. Don't tell... Guys, 28 Hydras are not going to kill these BCs. Oh, it's even worse than I thought. They don't have... Look how slow they are, man. They don't have speed. They don't have range. The reason why Hydras are bad against BCs is because unit stat-wise, they're not actually that great. Because Hydras shoot pretty fast. And BCs have they have 3 armor by default. So they don't do a lot of damage. Besides that, battlecruisers can fly away from the Hydras. And they're going to keep shooting the Hydras while only the front Hydras can attack. GG is called... Oh, no. Not like this, man. Why did we have to lose this game to Pulpa? You just enabled him. That's what happened. You just enabled him to keep going with this, okay? Yeah, here, once again, 5 infestors and this game ends instantly. I know they're not the easiest to use, but once again, you don't have to go Serral, Go tier, rocket science. You burrow 5 infestors. You literally, you F2 A move your army, okay? 5 infestors, you just neural BCs one by one, and you win the game. It's really as simple as that. Besides that, Spore Crawlers would have been fantastic. Zerglings to maybe cancel this or kill this base earlier would have been nice. Even a couple Ultras over here instead of only attacking the top would have been nice. But we lose the game to Pulpa. And the legend himself, the menace Pulpa, gets away with the most disgusting build order in StarCraft 2 history. I do want to say, I know a lot of you are going to criticize Dyna Banana once again, but I saw some really good things here. The fact that they go for all of the upgrades is a really good thing instead of really being tunnel visioned. You can tell that they tried to switch up their unit composition, right? First went for Ravagers, didn't work. Then just went for Pure Corruptor. Actually did work, but maybe they thought it didn't, so they started adding like Ling Ultra. Those also worked. And then they experimented with the Hydras. Sadly, that was a fatal experiment, and Pulpa takes the game. So there you go. That's probably the first viewer replay I've ever casted, or first of a couple, but I just had to get into it after that extreme Discord controversy. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, let me know in the comments. I'll do another one. If you did enjoy it, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.